I am a heavy equipment mechanic, and I'm looking to start this channel. Now, I don't know exactly what my content's going to be, but I want to bring some useful things to you, and hopefully you can bring some useful things to me. I am an equipment mechanic. I do work on construction equipment in the state of Michigan. I have roughly 20 years of experience in this industry. Now, there was a short period of time between a construction equipment dealer and the dealer I work for now that I worked at a truck shop. I have seen a lot of YouTube content on automotive mechanics, truck shops, but I see there's a few out there of heavy equipment guys, but we are few and far between. But there are a lot of us. There are a whole lot of us equipment guys out there that do some incredible things. And I think the industry, and I think the world, needs to see what our industry and what we do as technicians. And it goes back to that whole, are you a technician? Are you a mechanic? Are you whatever you are, right? I do believe like the mechanic side of it, whatever, you can call me a mechanic, you can call me a technician. Technician, I guess, is a little more upper echelon, if you want to call it that. But at the end of the day, I fix construction equipment. Whether it has, they all have diesel engines mostly. There are some gas stuff we work on, like man lifts or gas. Some are propane. We get in all that stuff. And there's a lot to this industry that a lot of people take for granted, including operators. They don't see the long nights we put in or the long days we put in or what it actually takes to get your piece of equipment operating to peak performance, because that's what everybody wants. There isn't a customer out there that doesn't want their machine to run as fast, as strong as it possibly can. Nobody's out there that wants, oh yeah, I want the mediocre one, right? No, everybody wants to push it. Now I am from the great state of Michigan. And up here in the north, as everybody tells me that I've met from a lot of different places and a lot of different people that I've met throughout my life, they say, man, you boys from Michigan are just crazy. You work at a pace that nobody should ever have to work at. I've had friends that have moved down south and they're like, man, down here you just don't have to push so hard for some reason. I don't know if it's true. This is all hearsay. But maybe we can sort that out between you and me. We can work it out. Along the way, we all have to work with each other somehow, some way. Whether you think I have horrible content and I'm doing I am so far off of this topic that I shouldn't even be on this channel, or shouldn't even have a channel, or shouldn't even be speaking about this industry. That's great. But at the same time, I'm going to take that and hopefully be able to talk to you about it, and we can figure something out like adults. Because at the end of the day, I want this industry to succeed, because I really do care about this industry. I think what I do, and possibly what you do as a heavy equipment mechanic, if you already are one, or if you're looking to be one, is super important to this world, to our country. And I think what we do is somewhat underappreciated across the globe, because keeping the construction industry moving, everybody wants to praise the person that's out there that's, let's say they want to praise the people that are actually doing the construction. And they're like, man, these guys build the roads and they do this and that and everything else. But when that road job gets stopped because that paver broke down, who do they call? They call a heavy equipment technician. And there's companies like mine that say that are on site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's somebody on call. And a person like me, or possibly you, gets that phone call in the middle of the night that, hey, this paver's down. They got asphalt coolant in the trucks. You got to go. And you crawl out of bed, you get in your service truck, and you head down there, and you try to figure it out as fast as you can and get them back up and running, because their company needs that paver to run. And without that paver running, they're not making money. And they're not making that road. So all that traffic jam that everybody sits in to get to work or from work, or that hour drive turned into an hour and a half because, hey, Michigan's state symbol is Bobby the Barrel, right? And nobody likes road construction, but everybody likes driving down nice roads. So, that being said, I feel like it's an underappreciated job because everybody likes to complain about how long it takes. And I'm not saying repairs can be made that day on the spot every time, but we as technicians talk about things in class and just in general day to day. At break time, we have great conversations about, I was talking to a guy the other day about, he was looking for some special tool that he needs for a paver, right? And we're just talking about it, and he's like, I really want to have that on my truck because I want to be prepared for that job that I have or may have coming up. Now, I don't know a lot of guys that take things that personal about what they do, right? But it seems like the heavy equipment technician in the construction industry, or at least the people I work with, throw that burden on their back and say, hey, I want to be prepared. So in the middle of the night, when I get that phone call, I have that sensor on my truck to get that guy going. And at the end of the day, he's going, he's paving, he's back doing his job. And that's my job as a technician, to keep that machine running at its full potential. Now, like I said, it doesn't happen all the time. And nobody can make miracles happen. But at the end of the day, we do try very hard. And a lot of people don't understand nor appreciate how hard we do try in our own time to make this stuff happen, or in the time that's provided for us for training and learning about it and talking about it and just the general chats at break time. If you could be a fly on the wall at break time in a heavy equipment break room, a construction equipment repair shop break room, some of it you probably shouldn't even be said, right? Because it's mostly a bunch of guys talking about random dumb stuff, right? Like, who knows? It could be anything. But there are times that, you know, you walk by somebody in the shop and it's break time and you're like, hey, what are you working on? This, that. And next thing you know, you're in a conversation about the actual machine they're working on, their job, and how they're getting around all the stuff they need to. There's so many roadblocks that we have to go around, so many hurdles that we have to jump over to make things work. You know, it's insane what we do. And hopefully this channel, and this is a long intro, I think, I don't even know, we're at like 9 minutes or something, who knows. But anyway, I'm hoping that this channel can clear some of that stuff up for a new guy that wants to get into this crazy world of construction equipment, because it is crazy. And the veterans that have been in this industry for a while. I hope this channel can help bring us all together and maybe spread the word and let people know that we're just not out there trying to soak the dollars out of your business as a construction company owner. You know, that's not my job, is to get you to pay more for that machine or to bill you more I don't work on flat rate personally. My company doesn't have a flat rate system. We quote things. We try to do things. And any suggestion that I give to you, there's plenty of work for me right now in this industry. So if I give you a suggestion that a hose looks bad, 9 times out of 10, that hose is going to blow at some point. And the last thing I want to happen is you to have that skid of plywood going up or that truss going up on that house. And next thing you know, you got a blown hose. Now you're stuck. Booms out on a let's say it's a load all or telehandler, whatever you want to call it. And it booms out halfway. That hose blows, now you're stuck. Now what? That hose that I quoted you just turned into 3-4 times the money to have done out in the field. So they're gonna call somebody like me with a service truck. I work in the shop now. I don't have a service truck anymore. Family and shop just works out better. I just need to know when I'm getting home and kind of keep that schedule, which is actually how I think this channel is gonna be a byproduct of that time, little bit of time that I have between 2 sons, wife, and family, and all that stuff, to squeeze in a little bit of time to see if I can do this and make this something awesome for us to deal with. But anyway, that being said, it's going to be a guy like me or whoever else going out there to fix that hose. Now the machine's in an awkward position that with load hold check valves, you may or may not be able to get that boom down. It's gonna be a lot more of a process now than it would have if when I quoted it for you, you'd have just done it. So hopefully this channel can save some of those things, because we do see that happen. Nothing worse than I quote some things and then next thing you know, it's back. And some customers like to say it was just in the shop. Well, it was, and it was quoted, or you know what? That's something unforeseen. We can't see that coming. So, you know, we'll see if this channel really works out, and if it, hopefully it does. And I've got some other guys at the shop that I think are willing to come on here with me and make a go of this. I want to elaborate on how much training you need. I would like to tell you how much, I want to do a thing on how I got started in this crazy business. And it may shock you, it may not, I don't know. I want to, definitely give a toolbox tour. I spent a lot of time and hard-earned money on tools, and I'm pretty proud of them. I've got quite a bit of tools that are, I would say I could go anywhere and work out of my toolbox and be pretty efficient, if that makes sense. Would I be able to do every repair out of my box if I had my own shop? No, not right now. Would I be able to do 80-90% of the stuff I need to do out of my box right now? Yes, absolutely. I've always had that service truck mentality where you're out there on an island and all you have is your truck. That truck is your island, and you have to fix things with what you have in that truck. So it's kind of turned me into a hoarder a little bit. It's kind of turned me into this guy that always needs to buy the tools. Like, I hate borrowing tools. It's like one of the worst things in the world is to have to borrow a tool. It has to happen from time to time. You don't have everything, and everybody has something a little different. And to get this one particular job done, you have to borrow a tool. So that being said, I hope this channel grows into something huge and great and wonderful. I'm enjoying having this video right now, which is my first one. So we're gonna see where this goes, and hopefully it goes somewhere great. And I will be seeing you in the near future on a toolbox tour of my box.